From an island where only snakes live and the nosiest fish in the ocean, to a rock filled with water and frozen lion cubs, here are things they captured in Canada that shocked the entire world. Nosy fish. This weird-looking fish seems really interested in the scuba divers business. The large-headed fish found in the ocean of Canada draws attention, and it persistently intrudes while the diver focuses on breaking a shell. The diver has to push the fish back, but in the end, he gives the shell to her. As you observe closely, you can see the red tail of this. Is it the coloration of the tail, or possibly could be some blood? The mystery is yet to be resolved. ENHYDRO agate. Within the ENHYDRO agate lies a secret, water trapped inside it since its formation. To make it visible, the agate has been painted and exposed to light, revealing the fluid. The flowy, banded patterns and earthy tones enhance the beauty of ENHYDRO agates. Isn't it giving an antique vibe with ancient water of ages entrapped inside? A UFO. Another Canadian discovery made headlines on the 3rd of September 2013, when video caught UFO at Nat Bailey Stadium in Vancouver. As the video rolled out, it demanded a conventional explanation for an unidentified flying object above the stadium. This event sparked attention, and puzzled spectators started clapping in sync. Who knew this baseball event would be a hit just because of a UFO? Abraham Lake. Abraham Lake is 32 kilometers on an artificial reservoir. It is just north of Lake Louise in Alberta, Canada. This lake has that silty blue characteristic hue called rock flour. It is made of tiny pieces of bedrock and grinds down as the glaciers move through the mountains. Plants and other organic matter at the bottom of the lake die and release methane gas. And through water, as the lake freezes, these gas bubbles become trapped. It is an incredible experience as you move over an iced lake with spectacular bubbles entrapped in it, giving a crystal-like look. The landmine killer. This ball-shaped landmine killer is known as Mine-Caphon drone. It is moving in the desert using the power of the wind. The signals through a landline or microphones are enough to detonate this drone. With each explosion, it loses 1 or 2 legs. Therefore, it could destroy 324 landlines in one journey. It was made for local people as a survival tool because it is cheap and effective. Lion cubs. An extraordinary discovery in the remote Arctic region sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Deep within a cave, researchers found remarkably preserved remains of a lion cub, frozen in time for 28,000 years. The cub is now nicknamed Sparta. It still has its delicate whiskers intact. No doubt Sparta has provided a rare opportunity to study the past. Lake of Death. A small lake is nestled in a glacier valley in a mountainous area. It is only 40 meters wide and no more than 3 meters deep. Surprisingly, this natural lake holds a secret: the remains of many human skeletons. These skeletons were first discovered in 1942, located at over 5,000 meters above sea level. The presence of thousands of human bones in this barren landscape raises questions. How did these skeletons get into the lake? The skeletons are why Rupkund Lake is known as the Lake of Death. Bigfoot skull. A momentous event occurred back in 1967 when a crew in Canada presented what was believed to be groundbreaking evidence of Bigfoot. It captured the world's attention. The crew was even afraid of this skull. They thought it to be the remains of a primate, but then they speculated it to be a Sasquatch. The compelling question arises, could this be a new explanation for what we knew about Bigfoot? Snake Island. The video highlights an island of snakes. Yes, you heard it right. It is one of the most dangerous places on the planet. This particular island holds a reputation for being extremely risky, to the extent that it is forbidden for anyone to visit. The island is infested with thousands of the deadliest snakes in the world, making it dangerous. As a result, avoiding any attempts to explore it is strongly advised. Island of Dolls. An island with a haunting sight exists as hundreds of dolls are hanged from the trees. Each doll possesses a unique shape and form, creating a strange ambiance. These dolls were suspended by a man named Julian, the island's caretaker. Julian took this peculiar act as his remorse for failing to save a young girl who drowned in the nearby lake and her beloved doll. The dolls are to honor the memory of the girl. In 2001, Julian embraced himself in a final act, adding a layer of mystery. A rescue. In northwestern Ontario, a heartwarming incident unfolded as a Canadian man and 3 loggers rescued a moose in distress. The moose had fallen through the ice on a logging road, leaving her exhausted after hours of treading water at about 12 feet of depth. As the rescuers arrived, they swiftly cut poles and approached the weary moose. They created a 20-foot-long channel leading to shallower water, using the poles to clear a path through the ice. As soon as she was free, the moose regained her strength and ran into the wilderness. Bigfoot. In an extraordinary turn of events, a man who claims to have encountered a Sasquatch, the legendary Bigfoot, faced widespread disbelief. He decided to take his case to the British Columbian Court of Canada to make people believe him, who was at first scared of Bigfoot. The court required substantial case studies and evidence to support his claims, which unfortunately failed to sway their opinion. He is resilient and hopeful, but the question is, does Bigfoot really exist? A dinosaur. This giant fossil may look like Godzilla, but it's actually a dinosaur. It is believed to be world's best preserved armored dinosaur fossil now on display. It is speculated to be a nodosaur 18 feet long and 3,000 pound heavy. It was a herbivore confirmed from the remainder of his last meal in his belly. An amazing fact is that with about 112 million years old, it is the oldest dinosaur in Alberta. You can visit the Royal Tyrrell Museum to see its fossil. A giant. A big, hairy giant creature similar to Bigfoot was captured on camera. This red giant was observed enjoying its food and weed and engaging in various activities. Surprisingly, it did not disturb the cameraman despite noticing their presence. This intriguing encounter raises questions about the creature's behavior and intentions. A close call. This endangered Canadian lynx on the road approaching the vehicle. People literally spend their lives getting the footage of such endangered species, and here it is for you all. Its keen stare and slow walk seem like he's about to attack. That's usually how they see their prey. Why do people hunt them for sports when they are not even disturbing the people? Biggest fish. This man captured a massive fish, measuring 10.5 feet long and weighing a staggering 500 pounds. Struggling with its immense size, the man exerted all his strength to drag the giant fish barely. Have you seen such a big and long fish before? Instead of keeping it, he returned it to the water as a gesture of conservation and respect. Red Boulders. Red Rock Coulee in southeastern Alberta, Canada, is a provincial natural area with large reddish boulders scattered across badlands and coulees. These boulders are part of the late Cretaceous Bear Paw Formation, exposed by erosion. The formation contains marine fossils, concretions formed after deposition, with calcite and ironstone cementing around biological debris. The concretion's resistance to erosion and reddish color comes from iron minerals. It has lately become the go-to tourist point. Skull plants. Have you ever come across a snapdragon seed pod? When you hold the stem close and flip it upside down, a fascinating transformation takes place. Like magic, skulls seem to appear within the pod. It's a testament to the wonders of nature and how it can create unexpected and ghostly resemblances. We can call it natural skulls or skull plants. This image shows a huge whale with sharp teeth and blood everywhere, but upon doing some research, we found out that it was just a sperm whale photoshopped into looking so terrifying. Habitat 67. The magnificent building in this video is Habitat 67 in Canada. Moshe Safdie, at the age of 23, created this building as a thesis project at McGill University. It was then presented at Expo 67. Here's the astonishing fact. It took 3 years and $13.5 million to build it. Even though it was made in 1967, it is still a recognizable architectural masterpiece today because it was deemed ahead of its time.